Welcome back. We're discussing non-bid government contracts in Bucks County and the so-called pay-to-play system. Our guest for this section is Robert Showalter. Robert is a Chalfant engineer. Am I correct, Robert?
That's correct, yes.
Thanks for coming to the program. Could you tell us just a little bit about your work?
Well, I've been in business for 15 years, and I do consulting engineering work and surveying work for both the private and municipal sector. So I do work with government agencies, federal agencies, state agencies.
Okay. Now, our reporter, Ed Levinson, did a series of stories on pay-to-play where it seems that the people and firms getting large government contracts contribute to the party. You were part of the stories that Ed wrote, and you were a critic of the pay-to-play system. Could you tell us what your problem is with this system?
Well, in Bucks County in particular, there's a lot of very highly qualified architects, engineers, and planners who are not being considered for work in the county. And I feel that they should be given consideration for this work. They are taxpayers in the county, and they should benefit from the government that runs their county. They shouldn't have to contribute to be considered for this work. Recently there was work that went to a firm in New Jersey and a firm in Cambria County for work on the bond issues that were just recently passed. Why should that go to firms outside the county and not to firms here who are as qualified?
You know, Robert, it's funny you should mention a contractor from New Jersey. In Ed's story, the first story about pay-to-play, he mentions a contractor in New Jersey who was given a substantial contract and who contributes to the party. And we asked him about it, why he did it, trying to find out why people contribute. And his quote was, "Everybody has his own reasons for doing anything. I don't want to discuss this. Consider the conversation closed. Goodbye." So he was a little hesitant, wouldn't you say?
Well, I would like to see people a little bit more honest about the system. Most people do not want to discuss it. I applaud the Intel for bringing this issue to the forefront. I think the articles that have been put forth and this program are helping to bring the awareness level up of people in the county, and it'll be helpful for the professions also. So I'm glad to see this is happening.
Okay. I might add that we are taking phone calls. If you'd like to call to ask a question about pay-to-play, please do. Ed, now there are sort of two theories about pay-to-play, I guess. Can you discuss them? I mean, it's sort of like a chicken or egg. What comes first, the job or the political contribution? Do you follow me on that one?
Yes. I know that some of the party people have said that first the individual builds up a relationship, and that's the important thing, and it's not the fact that they give money. However, it seems that how do you separate it? It's if they have a close relationship, they also seem to give contributions. So is it the chicken or the egg? Do the contributions come first, or does the relationship? But it always seems that the money and the relationship go together.
We have a quote in your story from an engineer who gets a lot of government business and makes some pretty good contributions. And he very honestly and frankly says, "I've got a lot of business from the county. That's been helpful. If someone asks me to buy a table of tickets for an event, certainly I give it consideration. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that." So that's one theory, that this is just sort of a thank you and just part of the process. How do you react to that, Robert?
I would hope people would just turn the page on business as usual and start taking a different path. Why go down the same path that's been established, the patronage path in this county and Montgomery County and throughout this Commonwealth, of continually going down that path? Take a different path. Say no. Like drugs, just say no. I would put the patronage system in the politicians for professionals. It's almost like you have to pay to participate in the system. And I think it should stop. We should go to what some of the state agencies are doing. Go to a more professional and forthright system of selection. The Brooks Law, which is a federal legislation, requires a selection process based on a two-envelope system, as they call it. First, its qualifications. Second, its cost. I'd like to see the county do that. Go to a selection board. Bring in qualified people to make that selection. somebody from the PSPE, somebody from the American Institute of Architects, somebody from the other professional societies, somebody from the Bucks County Bar Association. Get those people involved to make a professional selection and recommendation to the commissioners.
Okay, Robert, I believe we have a call. Yes or no? No call at this moment, but we are taking calls. If you have a question, please give us a ring. Okay, now, Ed, what do you think about changing the system? Now, we've had, I'm sorry, we do have a call. Your name, please, and your question.
Yes, my name is Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Well, more than a question, I have a comment, because I've been to several county commissioner meetings, one in which was held in Warrington. I suggested, as a result of the intelligencer's investigative reporting, which I applaud, suggested they give no contracts to people who donate to the party to avoid merely the appearance of impropriety, because we voters are very tired of party politics.
Okay, Frank,
led by money running the system.
Frank, do you have a question?
No, I said I want to make a comment. Your screen says questions or comments. I'd just like to say keep up the good work, and I think the voters should make their point known at the polls in May.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
My pleasure.
Now, getting back to our original line of discussion, the 10 candidates are running for county commissioner, want to change the system. What are they proposing? How would they change it?
Well, they expressed various ideas. Some said that they want more in-house professionals, such as lawyers or engineers, so the county doesn't have to go out. Some suggested some form of competition that would be publicly advertised. Some said perhaps even some kind of board of professionals that would review proposals. But they all said that they want some way to make it clear that everybody has an equal chance to compete for public business, and that remove any taint or any shadow cast by political influence.
Okay. Robert, let me ask you this. Have you ever tried to get any of the business from the county?
Yes.
And what happened? Give us an example of the process that you went through.
Well, I tried at the county level. I sent in the qualifications of my firm to be considered. I would, follow it up, ask, what was going on, et cetera, et cetera. And after a period of 2 or 3 years, when it was a stone wall, I decided I had better use my talent somewhere else. Now, I'll give you an example of what I feel as another area to change. Montgomery County has changed their system, and it's going to a professional approach. And I happen to open an office of my company in Montgomery County. And now within 1 year, I have work at the county. They send out letters to professionals asking if they're interested in participating. They send out what are called requests for proposals. So they actively encourage firms to participate in the process.
It is a little bit different over in Montgomery County.
Yes.
Well, we're going to be taking a break now, and when we come back, we'll have Milt Berkes, chairman of the Democratic Party, and Harry Fawkes, chairman of the Republican Party, to talk about pay to play.